Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a gauntlet, making them mark. Hard way wrestling, straight from the heart.
Welcome to Hard Way Wrestling. It is free for all Friday, gentlemen. It is welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I missed you all.
I love you.
I love you. I love Brother Love was one of my favorites. Right, Brother Love was one of my favorites. They just came out with a figure. I guess it was last year. A Brother Love figure. Worst figure ever. By the way, his face. Brother Love's face was always red. It's Pritchard, right? Bruce Pritchard.
Yeah, Bruce Pritchard. Yeah.
So his face was always red, and I'm sure that was because of his blood pressure. But when they did this figure, it was pink. Like it was legit pink. It looked like a Valentine's Day doll. Like it was terrible. It was terrible. But I liked Brother Love.
Does it match up with the old classic superstars?
No, I actually think that one's better. Actually, keep talking. I'll grab it. Keep talking.
Yeah, because the Brother Love superstars was pretty bad for what it was. I mean, it was better than a lot of figures nowadays. But let's see what he's got here. Let's see what he's. Oh.
And he fucked his volume up.
Yeah, you fucked your volume up. We can't hear you now. You disconnected something.
I knew it was a bad idea for him to get up. Jesus.
Anyways, as Jason fixes his volume, the classic superstars. I still see those out of toy shows, and his face is hysterically red. It's like, again, it always was when he came out anyway.
Nana. Nope.
What did you do? You fucked something up. Oh my God.
Scotty fucks up Google Play. Jason just fucks up his headset.
How about now?
There you go.
Yes. Welcome back.
I like Google Play. I fucked it up.
I don't, because I fucked it up.
So what were you saying? What were you saying about Brother Love?
No, I was just saying the classic superstars figure had a very again, his face was always red, but it was that beet red, overly beet red face, which was it was hysterical.
Hey, his collar was too tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show you. Look at this thing. Look at this. I don't know if you can see this or not. I don't know if there's a glare.
Jesus Pete.
Oh,
is that not the word? Look, that is not like his shirt. His shirt's red. His shirt's red.
It looks like they just dyed him in beet juice.
It is
real.
It's god awful. It's god awful. If I was Bruce Pritchard, I would never sign that. Yeah, that's terrible.
Pretty funny.
That's terrible. That's worse than the purple Smurf. All right, welcome to Hard Way Wrestling. Thank you for joining us. Make sure if you're just coming by in your YouTubes or your Facebooks or wherever you find us, please go like, subscribe, ring the bell. Follow us. We are on TikTok right now. Also, only for a few more days because TikTok's going away, boys, I believe. They're getting ready to ban it. So unless they get the extension, I saw a thing yesterday saying about that they were going to try to extend it 260 some odd days or 250 some odd days or whatever it was to see if they could find a buyer for the platform. But yeah, TikTok going away.
Bye TikTok. We don't need it.
I enjoy TikTok. I don't
use it.
I mean, that's where I get all my cool dances.
Right? Wait a minute. I thought you got those from Danny Garcia.
Well, absolutely. First off, I can't keep up with. I can't keep up. My dances are from Prince
Nah,
Nana.
nah.
By the way, did you see Dynamite? We're gonna go over a little bit of Dynamite stuff, the ratings and whatnot. But did you see Prince Nana after he hit Trevor with a chair? He did the dance. He
No, I
did the
missed
dance
that.
behind him after hitting him with the chair.
That's great. I gotta go
I
back.
love. It
Yeah,
was
I'm gonna have to go back and find that.
epic, pretty epic. Yeah, Dynamite was god awful, but that was funny. That was actually funny. So
I think the only thing I watched was the women's gauntlet match before I had to go to work.
that was actually that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad. They I think they found a placement for what's her face that just left. What was the girl's name that was running around with Monet money?
Oh,
Oh,
Camille.
Camille.
Camille. Yeah, I think they found a replacement for Camille.
Yeah,
So,
Megan Bain.
Megan Bain. She is a don't know how great of a wrestler she is, but she is a monster. She's a monster. Chris Jericho looks like Scotty now. Can't lie. Chris Jericho looks like Scotty now. Chris Jericho's a mess. Chris Jericho's a mess. That
Okay,
is from
hold on.
Austin Blackthorn.
Okay. I have brown hair. He has blonde. I have short hair. He has long hair. I'm wearing glasses. I don't think I've ever seen Jericho wear glasses in his life. The only similarity is we're both fat. Like
I think that's what he was getting at, Scotty. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I'm gonna say this right now. You can make fun of Scotty all you want, and we'll give Austin a little bit of leeway because Austin's one of the boys. But nor Ricky or I have admirers online like Scotty does.
That is true.
Hey, Lacey, what's up? The other day, I got a message from a new person. They said, "Hey, I just followed you guys. You know, I really like what you do. I love the show." And I was like, "Oh, great. What is your, you never know who these people are. You think they're a bot or they think they're, whatever. They're trying to spam you, get your email, whatever, your passwords." I said, "What's your favorite part of the show?" She said, "I love the way you guys interact. I love the way you guys all like each other," which isn't fucking true. Sarah Jones, what's up? She said, "I like the way you guys interact," and she thinks that's pretty cool. I said, "Oh, okay." She goes, "And I think Scotty's hot." I about fell off the chair, boys. I about fell off the chair. And I was like, the guy in the red hat. Well, I said, "Well, Scotty is going to love to hear that." And I quickly screenshotted it before she deleted it. So, and sent it out to the guy. So,
I still say it's Damien.
Yeah.
It actually could be. Damien's been trying to send a sex toy to my house. For this is the shit. Damien is a different cat. I love David. David's probably my closest friend. He is my closest friend. I want to kill him sometimes, but I only want to kill him because I love him.
Is that for his personal use when he's staying there someday?
I actually don't know. So, because he made it. Here's the best part, and he's so slick. David is sharp in a lot of ways and dumb in a lot of ways, but when it comes to this kind of shit, he sends his sex toy to my house, and I have to sign for it. I can't. They won't give it to me unless I sign for it. And if I don't sign for it, they'll send it back to him, and then he can just keep resetting it. So it says we got a sticker on the front of the door. Just pulled it off, and she goes, "We got something that they're trying to sign." When you get mail like that and they want you to sign for it, it's only bad news, right? It's only great. I'm going to court. Someone's suing me over making fun of Chris Jericho. Like it's always some horseshit or something, right? So I read it said sex toy, and I was like, I said, "Whose handwriting is this?" Because the handwriting is atrocious. I said, "It looked like different handwriting than the mail people." And I was like, what is this? And it says sex toy. And I stopped over David's other house. We were just bullshitting. And I said, "Hey, man, did you send a sex toy to my house?" He starts laughing. He just starts laughing. And he goes, "Yeah," he said, "the best part about it is if you don't sign for it, they just keep bringing it back." So my mailman looks like he looks like Jesus. He looks like Jesus. I'm pretty sure he wears sandals. I saw him
Sami
the other
Zayn?
day. I saw him the other day come across the street, and he didn't step over a puddle. He walked across it. So he, I know he wants me to have this guy. Wants me to sign for this sex toy. So you keep your butt plug. You keep your butt plug. So he's done some other stuff over the years. Actually, a great story. Then we'll get into some wrestling here. But I got a little bit of a cold. He I left my phone one of the first times Davey and I kind of went out. We met through poker and that kind of stuff, and then we started hanging out and going out and drinking and that kind of shit. So I left my phone lay on the bar. This was the last time I ever left my phone lay on the bar, by the way. I left my phone lay on the bar. I went to the bathroom and I came back and he's giggling, right? He's just giggling. You know, it's Davey and he's giggling. You know it's bad. Now I know what the giggles mean.
Yeah.
Right? Now you know there's some stuff going down. So for about probably 2 years, I was getting emails from Transgender Weekly. So he subscribed my email to Transgender Weekly, and I was getting these emails, and I you can't sometimes things are hard to unsubscribe to. You can unsubscribe to being a man or a woman, but you can't unsubscribe to their email. So for 2 years, I was getting these Transgender Weekly emails from, and one day, I don't know, it was years later, and I was like, "Hey, let me ask you: Have you ever gotten emails and you can't figure out how you got emails from you? You can't figure out how to unsubscribe to him?" And he starts giggling. He said, "Why?" I said, "Well, I keep getting these emails from Transgender Weekly." And he just died. He just died. So, thank you, Davian. Always fun. Always fun. Speaking of things that are always fun, Tony Khan. Oh, what's going on now? And Tony Khan, listen, I've heard this analogy a bunch of times. Scotty's mentioned it. He's gotten it from Jim Cornette, and I've heard this analogy a million times. But today it is true. Tony Khan took his toys and he put them away, and he refuses to play with them. Ricky, tell us all about Tony Khan.
What?
That's me.
Yeah.
That's you. Never mind. Scotty, tell us all about Tony Khan.
Yes. So Tony Khan has, for a while now, has had about 5 or 6 guys that he's had on the bench. No plans to use them. And guys like Miro, Malachi Black, Ricky Starks, guys like that. No, not Felix. Phoenix. Almost used his nickname there.
Yeah.
Phoenix. So, according to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio, Tony Khan has no further use of these guys and is basically planning to let their contracts expire while they sit at home and do nothing. No third party bookings, no whatever. Just no dynamites, no nothing, no collisions, not even a AEW Dark if they were still running it. So this is where things get very interesting indeed, because in the old days, this might have been considered, kind of like true business tactics. Hey, you know what? We don't want you going to the other side. We don't want you, working for our competitors and stuff like that. So we're just going to let your time expire. You can sit at home, that kind of thing.
Right.
But here,
just for a couple months, though.
Yeah, just for a couple
of months, not multiple years.
Yeah, not multiple. Okay. Yeah, no. Because I don't even know what Miro's contract is. I know Malachi Black is literally like 1 foot out the door as it is right now.
He's done with AEW, by the way. He's done.
Yeah. Again, I see so many different reports on it. It's like either he's out the door, he's already gone, or he's got 1 foot out the door, and so it's like hard to figure out which is which. But yeah, overall, from what I'm hearing, he's gone. Phoenix has got 9 to 10 months left on his contract. Ricky Starks, I think, has got about a year left on his.
July, I think his is July.
Okay, so it's then 6 months.
Something like that, yeah.
July of 2026.
What's that?
July of this year or July of 2026?
This year.
Okay, July of this year. So, yeah, that's like 6.
Yeah, he picked up the extension. Like he could have let him go, but he picked up the extension.
What a dick.
So here, like again, in the old days, this would have been a shrewd business tactic. Now this is where I have a personal issue with Tony Khan, and I have a lot of personal issues with Tony Khan, but this one in particular, the only reason he is doing this is the simple fact that he's throwing a temper tantrum. Okay, he is sitting there in his office, and he's like, you know what? Some of these guys have talked bad about me, or at least may not talk completely bad about me, but have not been like they're out there kind of talking about my competition. I don't want to, so instead of because we know Tony Khan's not going to use these guys. So instead of giving these guys the chance to go be used and be be a star somewhere, even if it's not a major star, at least some of these guys, like a Ricky Starks, can go be a freaking mid-card star in WWE.
Wait a minute. Do you hear that?
It's time for Scott Take. Scott
So here's where it gets like Tony Khan is throwing a temper tantrum, and it really bothers me because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, because most guys in the old days, I would not say in today's situation you want to Hulk Hogan yourself. You don't want to be one of those guys that doesn't work for me, brother, and tell Tony Khan, or tell any booker, I should say. Let's leave Tony out of this for a second. Tell any normal booker, no, that doesn't work for me. I'm not going to go along with what you want. But with some of these guys, especially guys like Miro and Malachi Black, who have been in the big company, who have seen how it works, and who have, not had the most successful gimmicks all the time, but have been used in prominent positions in that big company. When Tony Khan is coming up with these wild ideas,
didn't the WWE put Malachi Black in the closet?
They did toward the end of his career, but at one point they used him very prominent. Like
that was in NXT.
He was definitely a high mid carder, if not a top tier guy in NXT, and they did use him for a while on like the very beginning of his main roster run. They used him at a high level, and then they dropped him down as Vince did with a lot of guys that were brought up from NXT. But most times, like I say, I wouldn't tell a guy to Hulk Hogan himself and just tell Booker, no, I'm not doing that. But with Tony Khan, yes, most definitely, because Tony Khan's got all these weird, whacked out ideas of how to run, to book himself or to book these guys, and boom, they're like their careers are deader than they were back in WWE. So, no, Tony Khan needs to let these guys go. Let these guys go back. Either the guys that were in WWE, let them go back. Some of these guys that Phoenix and Starks, let them go be stars. Let them be the main roster guys that they need to be on WWE television, and let them do what they want to do, which is wrestle. Like, stop throwing a temper tantrum, Tony. Get the heck. Let's let these guys out of their contracts and let them go be stars somewhere else. That's my hot take.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I don't want to see Malachi Black on WWE TV. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't want to see Ricky Starks on WWE TV. Doesn't do anything for me. Phoenix, yes, because I think their tag team division needs a ton of help, and I think that the Lucha Bros, shocker, whatever that is, the Lucha Bros would be a great added part to whatever tag team division they're going to be in. Who else is out there? Miro. Who cares about Miro? I mean, I don't want to see Miro either.
He's been gone so long. Does anybody even know he exists?
He's in to me, Miro's in Ryback area. Like he's been gone so long. Do we even care if he ever comes back?
But here's the thing. I disagree with the Ryback thing in one sentence. I can agree with you that he's been gone so long. We're not sure if we want to see him come back, but at least Miro's not been out there running his mouth to the point that Ryback has. Like, Ryback just shot himself in the friggin' foot and just said all these things about WWE, whether they were true or not, said all these things about WWE, and now he has no place to go work. And, like, I mean, they might have let him back in WWE if he just kept his mouth shut. But, no, like, Miro is not at that same level in the respect of, yeah, he's kind of been so obscure that we're not sure where we want to see him go, whether it's back to WWE or not. But in my view, I'd rather see Miro back, and I'd rather see Malachi Black back than I would rather see, I see that's the thing. I'd rather see those guys in WWE and doing something. And here's the thing. I can understand where you're coming from on it, but at the same time, this is a new regime.
Chris LeClaire says Ryback sucks.
Damn straight does.
Damn right, Chris.
But yeah, no, I'd like to see what they could do with Malachi and Miro under a new regime. I mean, again, this is the Triple H era. Can they get anything out of these guys under the Triple H regime?
I just think they have so much going on with everything else. Where do we at? They have talent that they're not using. When's the last time we've seen the Wyatt Six? I know they just moved to SmackDown, but we haven't seen the Wyatt Six forever.
There's a big enough catering table for everybody.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, anyway.
Catering table for all.
That's right. Well, it's AEW. Again, with the analogy that Tony has, he buys these wrestlers and use them for toys and whatnot.
Throws them away when he doesn't.
He just throws them away when he doesn't want them. Like, there was a ton of guys that were just like, I think I read an article that Joey Janela was like, he was just done. Like, he was just done. They just stopped calling him.
Yep.
Like, he was booked prominently. Like, I'm pretty sure he had a program with Jericho in the beginning. Might have had something with Cody. Who knows?
Moxley, I think.
Him and
was
Sonny,
it Mox?
It was Moxley.
Yeah, it was Moxley. Yeah, it was Moxley.
Sonny Kiss had that tag team.
That's right. Scotty, two favorite people.
Right.
Nikita Koloff is in the chat. I him. What is the difference between a wrestler's career and herpes?
Oh, Jesus, Pete.
Got it. I should pre-read these before.
Yeah.
Nikita Koloff is Damien, by the way. That is the gentleman that we are talking about that likes to send things in your email.
Or
directly to your doorstep. I am Saver says we put my buddy's number on Craigslist with a picture of him tilted twink looking for BBC. He received over 30 dick pics and 70 phone calls. Okay, what is the difference between a wrestler's career and herpes? A wrestler's career doesn't last forever. That is true. Jesus Christ. All right. Anyway,
I can hear the giggle every time the joke starts
as he's pushing the cats away from the keyboard. So, anyway, yeah. So Tony Khan, there'll be more of this. He'll get pissed off at whoever. Britt Baker, where's Britt Baker?
She's doing yoga with DDP.
Oh, is that what she is?
Huh?
She's doing yoga.
She's doing yoga or whatever with DDP. Last I saw.
Gotcha. So anyway, we're going to more to come with AEW. We're going to go over some more AEW stuff here later on. But we have a contract between two organizations now. We're going to see where they go from here. TNA and WWE just signed a how long is the deal for, Rick?
It just says multi-year partnership.
Okay. So this partnership's going to have crossover stuff. Ricky, tell us about that.
It is going to be NXT and TNA talent. So basically developmental peeps. I'm looking forward to this. Gets a lot of more exposure for those TNA talents that don't get a lot of TV time or people you may not know about. But yeah.
Oh, that was it? I mean, that was
pretty
it.
much That's pretty much it. It's a crossover between the developmental brands.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's.
I mean,
all right.
not really much to say about that other than it's a
the question,
multi-year agreement. I'm like I said, I'm excited. We're going to see Jordan Grace on WWE TV. We'll get to believe in Joe Hendry some more. Hopefully, we get to see some titles switch hands.
Don't you think that TNA, and I know it helps the brand get eyes to it, and their ratings have definitely going up, and their pay per view buys have definitely gotten a lot better since they've incorporated with WWE people. Don't you think at the end of the day this hurts TNA? You don't think that them, like Jordan Grace was a mainstay, and at TNA she was the TNA champion forever. She's been there forever. That's where I first saw Jordan Grace was TNA, where she was wrestling dudes, right?
Well, they all do that in TNA. I thought.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. This was back in the day when she was beating the shit out of Sammy Callahan. Now,
the war,
yeah, the Warthog,
Didn't
right?
Tessa Blanchard beat him for the
Yes,
men's world title.
yes. Actually, I don't know if she beat Callahan. She beat.
No, she did.
She probably beat
Yes.
Callahan, but not for the title though. She beat. I cannot remember. It was Callahan.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Okay. I know there was a bunch of Brian Cage. She beat Brian Cage, I believe, in a cage. So.
Rage in the steroid cage.
Now TNA cannot cover the contracts, cannot pay big contracts, right? They're not going to pay people tons of money. Don't you think that hurts them at the end of the day?
Not really. I mean, you're going to get more eyes on them, I think, afterwards, especially when you never know if maybe Obafemi shows up on TNA. He's your NXT World Champion. Maybe your North American champion, old Stack, shows up over there and challenges somebody. I mean, you've already got JBL over there in a feud with Hendry and Nemeth.
Right.
So, I mean, I think it can only help TNA the most out of all of this.
And think of it this way. Because WWE is getting eyes on their product, guys that aren't necessarily ready for NXT can go to TNA, get exposure, get out there, get themselves built up, and then go to NXT. And it's another step in the cycle. It's kind of like what they're doing with the wrestlers in a lot of their wrestling schools, like Seth Rollins and all these guys that have wrestling schools across the country. They're using that to filter in and bring in more talent. And TNA is kind of in that same boat, is because, like, look, if TNA can foot the contract for somebody for a while and pay somebody that could be the next rising star, then, it helps WWE out because, okay, we're not, again, not that WWE doesn't have the money, but at least it's like, all right, so now, TNA is kind of offsetting that cost. They're helping to build them up, but they've got from NXT trainers and stuff to come in and work with these Impact TNA guys. Sorry, I still want to call it Impact. These TNA guys help them get them ready for the next level. So
we're treating this like a minor league system.
Yes,
like TNA. You build yourself up, we'll give you a contract in NXT. You build yourself up, we'll give you something on the main roster.
Yeah,
and we'll get the Hardy Boys back in WWE again. And the other thing I like about this is going towards Rumble season. I'd rather have a bunch of TNA wrestlers show up as random entrants than bringing back Booker T, who's an NXT announcer, or bringing back like a retired wrestler from like 20 years ago that can barely walk to the ring anymore. Or
Okay, right now, give me one TNA wrestler you want to show up at the Rumble. Go.
Joe Hendry.
Yep.
Boom, Joe Hendry.
Jordan Grace.
Yeah, I was going to say Jordan Grace and the women.
The Hardy Boys.
Santino Marella.
Hey, there you go.
That's who I want. Santino Marella.
No. Okay.
I want him to show up at a women's, and then I want R-Truth to eliminate him.
R-Truth is going to get squashed by Nia Jax again, sure. I bet.
The only time I want Santino to show up is if Cornette's there and can slap the living piss out of him again on live TV.
Jesus.
That would be, oh my God, that'd be hysterical.
Terrible.
But
Terrible. Anyway. All right. Well, I mean, I feel better about it now that you explained it to me because I don't want WWE, and it feels like they're doing what they can to rape and pillage these other companies to get all the top stars, and that's something they've always done anyway. Jordan Grace will be the WWE will be in WWE. Her TNA contract is over on Sunday. Yes, yeah. We know she's gonna. Yeah, she's
They
definitely.
have
Gonna,
Genesis pay per view. This
yes,
weekend, I believe.
yes, and she is going to lose to Tessa Blanchard for sure. That's tonight, isn't it?
Actually, it might be.
But and that's the other thing is like guys that like I don't know. It's hard. It works both ways as well. Very quickly, it works both ways because with WWE, they can if they don't want to necessarily keep a guy like okay, with all the new talent that's being filtered up through the NIL program that they've got, if they don't want to necessarily keep somebody on their roster, but yet don't want to lose them, they can send them down to TNA. Again, TNA takes over the contract, boom, and still keeps them on their TV. I mean, we've got Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler. We've got the Hardy Boys still, running loose.
Trent Seven.
Trent Seven,
When Nemeth shows up at the Rumble, is he going to be Nemeth or Ziggler?
Oh, that's a good question.
In question.
I don't think he's coming back.
No,
I'm just throwing it out there.
Simple fact is that they've got guys down there that they've used before, so it's that same kind of deal. It can work backwards as well. It's like, hey, stay down in TNA for a little bit, and we'll use you down there to work in a program, and then but I think there's a lot more possibility to it than most people give it credit for.
Chris knows a lot about TNA here. Are you a TNA fan? We should chat sometime. TNA show, boom. Add it to Hardway Wrestling. We need it. Anyway. All right, well, good. I feel better now. So anyway, let's get into we got some ratings from Dynamite. We usually talk ratings for I don't think we've really gone over anything for NXT or not AEW Rewind WWE yet since it's been on Netflix because I haven't gotten any good numbers yet. Yeah, Nielsen doesn't cover the streaming stuff. So
And
anyway,
here's the thing: will they ever release numbers for streaming? Like, because it's not like a cable system where again, like for the big events, like another Tyson match or whatnot. I'm sure the numbers will come out, but WWE, like even for stuff that like first run stuff that we see, like a movie that comes out that debuts on Netflix. Do we ever see any numbers for how well that did on its first weekend? It's not like it's not like a movie in a theater where you get box office numbers or cable where you get cable ratings and stuff like that. I don't know if they're ever going to release that stuff.
they do. It's a certain company, but I don't understand it yet. I don't understand how they do it yet. So one day we'll take a look at it, or I'll take a look at it this weekend and see if I can decipher. But AEW Dynamite numbers always declining, right? Always declining. Just their last P2, their last 90-day trend. They started at 831K down to 611K in viewership. That's over the last 90 days. All right, so it looks like the average of this show is pretty bad. It looks like they averaged about 250,000 viewers in the 18 to 49 category. So.
Oh, you mean the demographic? Okay, I was like, They literally dropped that low, 250,000 viewers for a like average. No,
Yeah, this is 18 to 49. This is the one that matters. This is the one that
well,
matters.
but at the same time, also I like hearing the actual like. I like seeing the roller coaster of like the actual people where they start and where they finish, and like how because it's been going down. Like it'll go down, up a little bit, down sharp again, up a little bit,
Well,
down.
I have that.
Okay, let's see what we got.
I have that. So we're around. So Kenny Omega versus Brian Cage, 252K. That's how we started the night off. 252,000 people.
Oh no, I'm talking about the regular, not even the demographic. I'm talking about the regular numbers.
This is the regular numbers.
What is this? Dynamite or Collision?
This is Dynamite. They had, I want to say they had, so this Dynamite, they had 611,000 people total. That's how it was, 611K. That was the total viewership,
Total
and all demographics.
Yeah, that's the total. That's the total average for the show, not not the demographics. So what about what happened in each quarter hour and just in the regular, not in the demographic?
It doesn't have.
It doesn't have it.
Yeah, it doesn't have it. I'm looking. The only thing I have here from WrestleNomics is the numbers for over the last 90 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks or 9 Wednesdays or whatever.
Gotcha.
So for the 18 to 49 demographic, and honestly, that's the demographic we're looking at, right? I mean, 18 to 49, that's pretty much all of them. Honestly. Started out 252,000 people. They had an ad break. Omega Cage continued post-match with Will Ospreay, Fletcher Archer, and a Chris Jericho promo. 236,000 people. So they lost about 15,000 people there. Another ad break. Ricochet live promo angle with Swerve, Prince Nana doing his dance under his chair. Mercedes Moné video where she was talking about her traveling and doing all kinds of shows. Hurt Syndicate versus Mark Briscoe private party through picture in picture. 234,000. They lost 2K there. Hurt Syndicate second ad breaks. Hurt Syndicate versus Briscoe private party continued. Jericho MJF live promo, which was god awful. 212K. So looks like they're down about 22,000 people there. Just steadily drop it. But we get a little bit of a climb here. So a little ad break in the middle of Jericho and MJF's live promo. And then Hook versus Christian Cage through picture in picture, 246,000 people, 34,000.
I did watch that match.
Yeah. It was okay.
The return of Samoa Joe.
It was the return of Samoa Joe. So the next, we had an ad break. Then we had Christian versus Hook continued post match. Samoa Joe Casino Gauntlet recap. Ad break. Jared Dustin promo. The two boys from Texas. 245,000 people. Lost 1,000 there. Highest of the night. 265K. Women's Casino Gauntlet match. Crotches everywhere in this match, boys. They just could not stop watching the crotches in this match. So, we had an ad break. Powerhouse Hobbs versus John Moxley, which was actually a really good match. I really thought it was a good match. Somehow Moxley bled from the third vertebrae down on his back. I don't know how. Like he was pouring blood. I don't know. He looked like he had a spinal tap.
I was going to say blood from the butthole.
Like he is, he's on his way there. He's bleeding from every possible area. So, Haas versus Moxley post match with FTR and Cope, 254,000. So
Jesus, why? Why?
So he just came out with a thing. Go Pack Go, Brian Bautista. Must be a friend of yours, I'd imagine. He said, "Go Pack Go."
Oh, wait, I know who that is. That's I think that's my neighbor's boyfriend.
Oh, gotcha. Your neighbor's boyfriend. Right. Your neighbor's a dude. Gotcha. Anyway. So anyway, steadily declined under 300K. I don't know how much further these guys can go in the ratings.
They're terrible right now.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
Man, you all need some orange juice, some vitamins.
I need some vitamin C. I'm a little under the weather. I'll be good tomorrow night to kick Brian
Got
Hardy's ass.
nasal breathe strips,
When I show up tomorrow
snot
night,
rags.
yeah, when I show up tomorrow night, I'm gonna be in good shape. So, round. Ooh, what is that?
It says
Vic!
lube.
That's my nose lube.
Your nose lube. Batista is 55 today.
God.
That's crazy. He's old as shit. So,
I thought he was older than that.
he said you don't look a day over 57. So, anyway, let's get into it. We're still talking about AEW. Let's talk about some of the worst factions ever. And I'm sure you guys got a list of. I got a list of people. But what kicked this whole thought off in my mind was I'm watching this Death Rider stuff, and I try to pay attention to it as much as I can every week. But I really do not know what's going on with the Death Riders. Maybe someone can explain it to me. It started out with, Moxley was taking over AEW, but it wasn't just Moxley. It was someone else. There was someone, a higher power out there. And we thought it was,
Shane was going to show up.
right? We thought it was Shane McMahon. And of course, Shane doesn't show up. And again, I don't know where we're at in this whole scenario. They kidnapped the Rock and Roll Express. They're beating up people in the back room.
They tried to kill people with plastic bags.
That whole angle was terrible. Like, I just don't understand what this faction is doing and what it all means at the end. The championship belt is kept in a briefcase. I don't understand. Maybe you guys can explain to me. First off, I want to know, is this the worst faction ever?
Yeah.
No.
And we've seen a lot of crappy factions over the years. Remember, Chris Jericho had 7 of them.
Just in AEW.
Just in AEW.
Just in AEW, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could start with AEW alone. They're the house of factions, and what bigger disappointment of a faction than the Dark Order?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're going with the Dark Order.
Now, I'm going to start there with AEW. I mean, aside from the little stint where Brody Lee was alive in the company, that was the only time that faction has been relevant.
Well, I tell you, that was the very first AEW shirt I bought was a Dark Order shirt, right? They came out with the whole, they put a link up on the TV. If you want to join the Dark Order, they had a commercial. Like, I was like, bro, I'm in. Maybe they'll send me some free swag. Nope, didn't happen. Anyway, it ended up being Chicago Uno, Pizza, whatever his name is.
Pizzeria Uno.
The only good things that came out of Dark Order was, again, Brody Lee and Anna Jay.
Don't forget -1.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course, -1.
We like -1. So, again, terrible faction. Scotty, you got one?
I mean, again, going with AEW, you have, like, to me, one of the worst factions is the Undisputed Kingdom. Like, here are a couple of guys trying to...
All the fucking factions in AEW, you picked the Undisputed Kingdom?
But here's the thing. Here's why I picked them, okay? You got 3 guys trying to live their former NXT glory in AEW, and it's absolute crap. Like, the Undisputed Era was one of the best WWE factions they ever had in NXT.
Agreed.
4 guys were the top stars in the NXT brand. And then they bring this down here, and it's just, Adam Cole looks like a freaking, like a Geritol pill, white and just, not even, like, no tan, no nothing, just no
He
depth.
has a tan. He just
MJF used all the spray tan.
Yeah. The hair plugs and spray tan.
Roddy Strong, definitely a good guy and can have good matches, but it's just not.
Scotty! Why do you I can't believe you picked them.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I just like, and then friggin', two guys that could be one of the best tag teams in the business, Taven and Bennett, like, and they're using monkeys, like, and O'Reilly as well, Kyle O'Reilly. I'm sorry, I just no, they're one of the worst factions that AEW has ever produced because it doesn't go anywhere. The devil and his henchmen didn't go anywhere. So yeah.
All right. You got any more? You got any more, Rick?
I mean, you could go with what was the Job Squad?
Okay, the Job Squad. Who was in that? Do you remember
Was
who was
that
in that?
That one was Al Snow, Kurgan, and
Holly. Bob Holly was in there at one point, right?
was it Holly?
Yeah.
I just remember Al Snow and Kurgan, and I'm like, Jesus Pete, this is just terrible.
And then God, who else was there? Was a couple other people.
Well, let me give you a couple here because I got some here. Let's start with the Dungeon of Doom after Hulk Hogan beat him. You had Jimmy Hart, Kevin Sullivan, the Giant, Lex Luger, Kamala, the Shark, Ming, the Barbarian, Vader, and Hugh Morris.
God, what
Jesus
a weird
Pete.
collection.
This is AEW. When they compare,
that was WCW.
No. When they compare AEW to WCW, this is what they do.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, who's left? What's up, Jeremy? What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Say, who's left? Who's left in catering? Well, we'll just throw you
catering
all on
table
TV,
faction,
right? Jimmy Hart were replaced with that. What's the guy that used to run around with Penta? Ahandres, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. So we got him.
This translator.
Kevin Sullivan. We'll make him Darby Allin. The Giant, we're gonna make him Big Cass or whatever. I mean, you name it. Christopher says House of Torture, worst faction in history. Oh, I don't know about that. They get worse. Hold on a second. All right. Inner Circle. Wait a minute. Oh, just jumped. And the Inner Circle. Which one?
I would argue against that only because Jericho was the world champion at the time.
Jericho, Guevara, Santana, Ortiz, and Jake Hager. Which, by the way, two of them are left. The rest of them are not there anymore.
Yeah.
Well, Santana's in TNA, I think.
Yeah, he's in TNA. Right. Ortiz doesn't wrestle anymore. And Jake Hager is his political shit got him fired. So
didn't Ortiz get so hurt he can't wrestle anymore?
I don't know that. I know that him and Santana fell out. Like really fell out. So PCB was the important group in women's evolution. Paige, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair.
Oh, good Lord.
Terrible.
That was the second coming of PMS.
Yeah.
There's another one.
Scotty's favorite.
Immortal. Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff. This was TNA. Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Bully Ray, Scott Steiner, Gunner, Rob Terry, Ric Flair, Mr. Anderson. Yeah, Mr. Anderson.
3MB.
Yeah, there you go. I liked 3MB.
Terrible.
Loved 3MB.
And it's
terrible.
Well, it's funny. One out of the three actually finally got where he needs to be in life. The other two have kind of gone into obscurity.
Yeah. How about
where is Heath Slater these days?
I think he was working Independence.
Take care of his kids.
He got kids, man. He got kids. NWO 2000. This was at the end. This was the end. Bret Hart, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Jeff Jarrett, Scott Steiner.
Jesus.
This was at the end. Oh, here you go. Here's one. Retribution.
Yes, because I don't know who any of those people were.
Mustafa Ali, T-Bar,
Mace,
Mace.
and Mansoor.
Nope.
No, not Mansoor.
Yeah, well, Mansoor was T-Bar, right? Or no,
Yeah.
T-Bar was nope. T-Bar was the dude from sheesh, what is his name? God darn it. NXT just cut him.
He's incredible.
Yeah, can't remember. Slapjack and Reckoning. Remember Reckoning was
Yeah.
BAM?
What?
Isn't that who Reckoning was?
Oh, God.
BAM?
Yeah.
Remember when they did the couple run-ins? Anyone should know who it was? Miz was one of them. Yeah, terrible.
Hey, another faction that sucked. Hit Row.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Hit Row.
Flop dollar.
LWO, Latin World Order. Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Juventud, Psychosis La Parca, El Dende, Damien Cyclops, Hector Garza, Silver King, Villano, and Spider.
And
They
now
had
the
the
new
Outcasts on this
LWO.
list. They had the Outcasts on this list, but I don't think they were that bad.
Who were the outcasts?
Tony Storm, Ruby Soho, and Soraya.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nexus, Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, Skip Sheffield, David Otunga, Michael Tarver, Husky Harris, Curtis Axel, Mason Ryan, CM Punk. Can you
I
name
mean
the two people
that
that are
turned
still
into
around?
that turned into a pretty all-star crew there, at least half of them. But at the
Yeah.
time, yeah, they were kind of annoying to me.
Yeah, they were.
They were interesting because of the takeover aspect, but the thing that killed it was the Cena defeating all of them in the same freaking night.
Right. They buried them.
But killed it. Like,
They buried
if they
them.
kept that going, it would have been a great angle. But nope, they didn't do that.
Randy says Blue World Order.
I was getting ready to say them.
Yeah, Blue World Order.
Honestly, okay. I didn't see ECW first run. I was too young at the time, but when I go back and watch it, I actually find them hysterical. Like, it's because of the satire of the time and them copying the NWO. I actually find it really funny. So I like BWO.
Yeah.
I loved.
That's Blue Meanie, right? Who was in
Yeah.
it? Blue Meanie,
Stevie Richards,
Stevie Richards.
Nova was the other one.
Gotcha. The Oddities.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, the Oddities.
A Vinny creation.
Oh, the Core. That's a good one too. The Core.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. The Core.
Who was in that?
I'd have to look that one up. Yeah, I'd have to look that one up.
Hey,
remember.
one that I came up with earlier was Right to Censor.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I hated them. They were just
TV went on mute every time they came out. The damn smoke detector.
Oh, here, the Cabinet. This is funny. The Cabinet.
Oh, JBL's crew.
Yes, JBL's crew.
I forgot about the Cabinet.
Yeah. Who else?
Bush.
Mean Street Posse.
Forgot about that.
Although they were an annoying faction, but they were funny as crap when they their bump taking was funny. They had some,
the Mexicools, right? That's a good one. The Truth Commit. Oh, the Mexicools. You don't remember the Mexicools?
No,
Yeah, I remember.
Hoovertude, Spider, Super Crazy, and Psychosis. The Truth Commission.
Lucha House Party.
There you go. Another one, Lucha House Party. Who was in the Truth Commission? They said, oh, it doesn't give me the names.
You know what?
No, the Interrogator, Reckon, and a sniper. Kurgan was in that group.
You know what other that really annoyed the crap out of me?
The Social Outcasts.
You know, one group that annoyed me. They're not together anymore, but the House of Cross. Thankfully, they're not together anymore. So,
Oh boy.
Well, that's it for Scotty. He can't be here anymore. We had to go ahead and remove Scotty from the feed. Clearly, Scotty doesn't know what he's talking about. One of the most dominant factions in ATCW history. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We did hold a lot of belts.
Isn't that the only faction in ATCW
That is the only faction. I mean, I wasn't wrong.
besides the Hardy Party?
Yeah.
The only belts you guys were holding were the ones that held your pants up.
I wore suspenders, sir. Anyway, that's good doing here for Hard Way Wrestling. A little boring today, I think. I'm sick. Scotty's sick, and Ricky looks like he just woke up. I don't know what's going on with us today.
You're 100% accurate on that.
Yeah, you work tonight?
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna get you there quick. So, anyway, thank you for exactly Scotty deleted. Deadpool said delete Scotty. Delete. So. Anyway, thank you for joining us. If you can make it out to ATCW tomorrow night, Kearneysville, West Virginia. Doors open at 6:30, bell time at 7. Jonathan Cross will be on the card versus Brian Hardy. And I
hope Kevin's wearing his Jurassic Hardy shirt again with the inflatable dinosaur.
I love Kevin's a fucking heel. Kevin's a heel through and through. I love that he wears bras for
Robbie
Austin
Wayne.
Did he do it for Robbie?
That was for Robbie Wayne.
What did he do for
he
Austin?
tells Austin to get a haircut or something.
Austin poops his pants. What? Oh no, that was Hunter Blaze.
Yeah.
Hunter poops his pants. They do some great stuff over there. So it will be definitely a good show. But if you can make it out, we'd love to have you out there. So make sure you go like, subscribe everywhere Hard Way Wrestling is, boys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time
On the Hard Way.
Peace.